Hello, my name is Kirioth, and today we're not going to talk about Brash Games. Instead, we're going to take a moment and we're just going to take a nice deep breath. I really shouldn't have done that straight into the mic. That probably sounds terrible. If you're new to the channel, if you've arrived over the past couple of days with the whole thing that's happened, welcome to the channel. Very happy to have you here, and I'm immediately going away. No, not really. Basically, there's a long weekend in the UK. Starts tomorrow and finishes on Monday, and my wife has got that time off. So, for the first time, I think, since I started the channel, I'm actually going to have that time off. The channel's been active for about a year now, just over a year, in fact. And even when I went on holiday for a week, videos still came out literally every single day of that week. I have not apart from weekends, like Saturday and Sunday, due to having to look after my daughter during the week and of course over the weekends, I very rarely put videos up over the weekend. But for the first time, I think, since I started properly using this channel, and since the channel has been fully active, I am going to take the 4-day weekend, and I've not prepared videos to go up on the Friday or the Monday. That's largely because of the 2 videos that I put out over the last couple of days, which have taken up like an entire week of just researching and clicking and reading, and oh my god, so many articles looking for links to casinos. I'm so far down the rabbit hole over the last 7 days. It's just unreal. It's ridiculous. So with that in mind, and just given everything that's happened over the last sort of 48, 72 hours, yeah, I'm going to take just a long weekend. I have to admit, I didn't expect the videos to get the reception that they did. I am incredibly thankful and grateful to anyone who shared the video around. A really nice and kind of unforeseen side effect of this whole thing is that I now have loads of awesome people on my Twitter feed that I didn't know before. So a lot of the writers who are involved with Brash Games, who, you know, are having their names removed from the bylines, or having their review scores changed, all of that stuff that initially got me looking into them, I now follow a significant number of them on Twitter, and it's been really good, to be honest. It's been nice having new faces, new people to follow, new people to talk to. There's been a nice little movement around the video of people communicating with each other that otherwise didn't, which it's been really, really nice. And just the support and reaction to those videos has been kind of overwhelming. When the first one went up, the BS Patrol, I'll be honest, I kind of wondered whether I was overstepping my bounds. That's why it went out early, if I'm honest. Normally videos come out at 6:30 GMT, and that one came out at 4, and that was because if I sat on it for 2.5 hours once it had finished encoding and it was ready to go, it might not have come out. This whole thing has kind of been a bit beyond the remit that I set myself when I started the channel. Like, the whole point was just to entertain, talk about games, and hopefully either make someone laugh or make them go, oh, interesting. I would accept either, you know? Doing like a week's worth of research and investigation into a dodgy website and its weird shadowy owner, that's not quite what I originally signed up for. And I know I've done like BS Patrol videos in the past, but they've been lighter on that side of things. They've been basically opinion pieces about practices or issues to do with YouTube specifically. I've never really looked into a particular website or a particular person before, because that's just not really what I do. That being said, despite the fact that I'm feeling relatively tired out by the whole thing, I actually really enjoy doing it. So it definitely won't be the last thing that I take a good long look at. That said, I'm also not going to be doing one of these things every single week, because that would be A, excessive, and B, I'd really hope there isn't enough people or dodgy websites to do one of these a week on, because that would be depressing, and I don't really need any more of that. So yeah, but yeah, really, I just wanted to say thank you to anyone who watched, who shared it, who commented. I'm really enjoying having all these new people to follow on Twitter and to talk to. I'm really loving the reaction that I got from my community, which there will be a link to the Discord server in the description. I keep forgetting to put it in there. I should put it in there. It should be on every video, but it will be on this one, and it'll stay there for all future ones. as soon as I started talking about this, and as soon as the video came out, a good number of my community members on the Discord server went and dug in themselves. And the second video, I don't think would have even happened if it weren't for their efforts, and for the efforts of specifically one long-standing supporter of the channel, Merrymech, who found something that I missed. And it was a really important find. It was a really solid link between Brash and online casinos and affiliate programs, and he found that and gave me that information, and with that I was able to make that second video, just cementing everything that we'd said in the first. That's a fantastic thing, and actually seeing you guys all kind of crowd together and go on the hunt as well, I'm really, really thankful for that. And yeah, I've really enjoyed doing this. It won't be the last thing I do of this nature. Next week, on Tuesday, you can probably expect videos to take on a more traditional approach just for a while, covering games, game news, that sort of thing. I will say, actually, I'll throw in a little bit of an update. I've noticed a bit of a trend on the channel over the last couple of months, whereby it feels like you guys respond better to this style of video, specifically my ugly face on the screen. I don't know whether it's just because I'm better at titling those videos, or whether you just know that that's the kind of video it's going to be when you click it. But you seem to be reacting better to this stuff than to gameplay stuff. I mean, I've been looking at the most fun part of any YouTuber's job that none of them talk about, really. Looking at analytics and going back and looking at views and interaction and likes and dislikes and watch times and so on and so forth. It's the least fun part of doing this, but you really have to do it if you want to be sensible about it. Most of the pure gameplay stuff I put up gets nowhere near as many views. It has nowhere near as much interaction, it doesn't get as many comments, it doesn't get as many likes, or in fact as many dislikes. Mind you, I'm quite lucky in that respect, because I seem to have only accrued awesome people following me on this channel, so I very rarely get dislikes anyway, which is lovely. But it does mean that occasionally on analytics I get confused, which I'll tell you about in just a sec. But yeah, I think you can probably expect more in the way of talking about gaming news, significant events, things that have happened in terms of publishers, developers, yeah, just this style more on the channel than pure gameplay stuff, because it does better. It does better. I enjoy doing it just as much, and if you want to watch it, then I'll make it, and by the look of it, you want to watch it, so I'll make more of it. Yeah, let's just... I mentioned dislikes briefly there. This is a stat that made me laugh when I was looking through this the other day, because I got severely confused. So everything on YouTube's back end, for me anyway, the default is that it does everything over the last 30 days. You can mess with it and show different timescales and so on and so forth, but the last 30 days, that's the thing to remember here. I looked and I saw that so far, the last 30 days, I've had 57 dislikes, which is nothing, really. It's absolutely nothing. And then I got really confused because the analytics said that is minus 85% compared to previous period. Minus 85%. Now, I looked at the likes and they're on plus 7%. That's fairly reasonable. Like a plus or minus percentage of 10% or lower is, you know, that's within the realms of possibility. That doesn't seem silly. Minus 85%, I could not for the life of me work out why that was. And then it hit me, it struck me. The Nintendo Switch video that I did, the why I will never buy a Nintendo Switch video, that was in the last 30-day period. Sorry, the previous 30-day period, not the current one, the previous one. That probably explains why I've got a minus 85% dislike ratio on this month. It's because that one got about 400 dislikes, which is more than any of my videos get. It might be the most I've ever gotten in 1 month ever. So it skewed it. It skewed the stats something severe. And as soon as that video's out of the way and has gone beyond that sort of 30 to 60 day period, I'll actually be able to work out what the hell's going on without being surprised by it. But yeah, that was just one of those things where I was looking through and I just went, what? Oh, yeah. So yeah, I probably expect more of this. This is just into a mini channel update video. It's fine, we'll roll with it. As I say, 4-day weekend. I am going to take those days off. There won't be a video on Friday, tomorrow. There won't be a video on Monday. And they generally don't tend to be videos over the weekend anyway, so that's nothing different. But you will get 2 less over the next week, and that's just because for the first time since the channel started, I'm actually going to take those days off, which I haven't done before. I know I've had breaks for illness, but that's different. That's not taking time off for the hell of it. That's taking time off because you need it. This is recharge time. This is spend time with wife and daughter actually at the same time, which happens fairly rarely due to my wife's job. That's what that time is. So things will resume, service will resume as normal next Tuesday. Once again, thank you so much for your support over the last week. Thank you for all the stuff you've done, and if you're new, thank you very much for subscribing, and I hope you stick around. Right, I'll see you on Tuesday. Thank you very much for watching. Toodaloo.